If you hear a noise in the background, it's because I just put a toy out for my cat. But I'll try to turn it off before the movie starts. Yeah, see, there she goes. She's lost interest in it already. So, okay, I'll go turn it off. I'll put my headphones on and we'll get ready to start the movie. I feel like the cello was just, or maybe it's the violin, but those string instruments are just so ominous. We just decided as a society that those are the instruments that we're going to use to creep people out. Ooh. I used to have such a crush on that guy.
For entrees this evening, I have swordfish meatloaf with onion marmalade, rare roasted partridge.
Did you say swordfish meatloaf?
Why aren't we doors yet? Because Bateman won't give the maitre d' head. Well, who is it then?
It's Paul Allen. It's not Paul Allen.
Are you sure that's Paul Allen over there?
Yes, McDougas, I am.
Oh my God, baby.
Stony on the rocks.
It's a cash bar.
Fucking ugly. I want to stab you to death, then play around with your blood.
Oh my God.
My name is Patrick Bateman. I'm 27 years old. I'll put on an ice pack while doing my stomach crunches. I can do 1,000 now.
Jesus.
In the shower, I use a water-activated gel cleanser, and on the face, an exfoliating gel scrub.
Should not exfoliate your face every day. Once, twice a week, max.
An anti-aging eye balm followed by a final moisturizing protective lotion. There is an idea of a Patrick Bateman. I simply am not there.
That was cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, I just feel like I get bored with like super long morning routines. It's just, I have to get back in the habit of it. Like I said, before COVID, I was doing, like, I'm just struggling to get back into my routine. Even though it's been, 3 years.
Negative, cancel it.
And what should I say?
Just say no.
Just say no?
And I need reservations for 2 at Arcadia at 8 o'clock on Thursday.
Look at the way she's holding that pen.
Don't wear that outfit again.
What? I didn't hear you.
Come on. You're prettier than that.
Thanks, Patrick.
I'm not here. And high heels. I like high heels.
I'm trying to listen to the new Robert Palmer tape, but Evelyn keeps buzzing in my ear.
Patrick, we should do it. Get married, have a wedding.
No, I can't take the time off work.
See why you just don't quit.
Because I want to fit in. I'm fairly certain that Timothy Bryce and Evelyn are having an affair. Timothy is the only interesting person I know. I'm having an affair with Courtney Rawlinson. Courtney is almost perfect looking.
Do you think Soho is becoming too commercial?
Well, what about the massacres in Sri Lanka, honey?
There are a lot more important problems than Sri Lanka. Stop terrorism and world hunger, while also promoting equal rights for women.
Hello?
Hello.
Just like that, he's got a target. So creepy that there are crazies walking among us and we don't even know it.
They're very expensive sheets, and I really need to play.
Throw those out.
I will kill you.
Patrick? Hi. Oh, what are those?
Cranberry juice, apple.
Really?
Just throw those sheets out, bud. You can afford new ones.
Pumpkin, you're dating a tumbling dickweed.
Stop calling me Pumpkin.
It's a great title.
Dorsey is nice.
So they go out in public and everything? It's weird.
Are we here?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Courtney, you're gonna have the peanut butter soup with smoked duck. New York Matinee called it a playful but mysterious little dish. You'll love it.
Thanks, Patrick.
Oh my God.
That's a wonderful suit. It looks so soft.
Your compliment was sufficient. Alan has mistaken me for this dickhead Marcus Halberstram.
Call me.
New card. What do you think?
That's bone.
Look at this.
That is really nice. How'd a nitwit like you get so tasteful?
I can't believe that Bryce prefers Van Patten's card to mine.
But wait. Raised lettering. White.
Let's see Paul Allen's card.
Do they all say vice president?
Oh my god. It even has a watermark.
If you're so hungry, why didn't you get a job?
I lost my job.
Insider trading? Just joking. Get a goddamn job, Al. I'll help you.
Oh, thank you, mister. Thank you.
My nightly bloodlust has overflowed into my days. I think my mask of sanity is about to slip.
Marcus Halberstram for 2 at 7.
Oh,
We should have gone to Dorsia.
Nobody goes there anymore. I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
And, Cecilia. How is she?
Well, you know Cecilia. I think she's having dinner with Evelyn Williams.
Evelyn. Goes out with that loser Patrick Bateman. What a dork.
Another martini, Paul.
uh-uh. Things aren't looking good for Paul.
You like Huey Lewis in the news?
Why am I sitting? Why is there newspaper on the floor?
He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor.
Why are there copies of the style section all over the place? Do you have a dog?
No, Helen.
Is that a raincoat?
Yes, it is. In '87, Huey released this.
I was gonna say the neighbors must hear, but that's what the music must be for.
Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics. Hey, Paul!
Try getting a reservation at Dorsia now, you fucking stupid bastard! You fucking bastard!
Oh my god. What the hell?
When I get to Paul Allen's place, I use the keys I took from his pocket. There is a moment of sheer panic when I realize that Paul's apartment overlooks the park. It's time for Paul to take a little trip.
Oh. I was like, what the hell's he doing there?
Hi, this is Paul. Been called away to London for a few days. Meredith, I'll call you when I get back.
You gotta wonder, like, before the technology we have today, like, how much shit people got away with back then.
Yes, Gene.
There's Mr. Donald Kimball here to see you.
Does he not work?
Sorry to barge in on you like this. I know how busy you guys can get.
So,
He never seems to work.
To investigate the disappearance of Paul Allen.
I haven't heard anything about the disappearance or anything. I hope I'm not being cross-examined here.
You feel like that?
No, not really.
Well, there's a message on his answering machine that says he went to London.
Stephen Hughes said he saw him at a restaurant there. He mistook a Herbert Ainsworth for Paul, so.
You'll have to excuse me. I have a lunch meeting with Cliff Huxtable at Four Seasons in 20 minutes.
Isn't Cliff Huxtable the Cosby Show?
I haven't seen you around here. Do you want to come to my apartment or not?
I can make an exception.
Did you take a credit card? I'm joking.
Oh, man. It doesn't seem like that detective scared him in any way.
Now, I really can't stress blonde enough. Blonde. My name's Paul Allen. You got that? You're Christy.
You were gonna say something?
No. You're to respond only to Christy. Thank you. Send her up.
What's his plan here?
Dry off, choose a robe, come and meet me and our guest in the living room.
Like, you'd think you hit the jackpot, eh? If you were her?
How lovely.
Oh
Let me take
shit,
your
she's
coat.
not blonde. Or is she?
Not quite blonde, are you?
Yeah, no. Oh, okay, I thought she was more red in the other light.
Don't you want to know what I do?
No. No, not really.
Well, I work on Wall Street. That's a very fine Chardonnay you're not drinking.
Oh man.
Do you like Phil Collins? I really didn't understand any of their work. It was too artsy, too intellectual. It was on Duke where,
I'd be like, put the camera away.
Get down on your knees so Sabrina can see your ass.
The girls are really... I feel like camera is something you need to discuss beforehand.
Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it.
It's like so hesitant. I'm surprised he had sex with him. I thought he only enjoyed murder. Okay, here we go. Ah!
Can we go now?
We're not through yet.
Oh, he didn't. I understand. Because he gave them the other guy's name.
There are no girls with good personalities.
Good personality consists of a chick with a little hard body.
Do you know what Ed Gein said about women? When I see a pretty girl walking down the street, I think two things. Take her out and talk to her.
And what the other part of him think?
What her head would look like on a stick.
It's my business card.
Oh. Did it say vice president? Like, are they all vice president? Oh my god.
God. Patrick. Why here? I've seen you looking at me. I've noticed your hot body.
I've got to return some videotapes.
Do you remember where you were the night of Paul's disappearance?
I guess I was probably returning videotapes.
When was the last time you were with Paul Allen?
We'd gone to a new musical. Oh, Africa, Brave Africa. It was a laugh riot.
Huey Lewis in the news. Great stuff. I just bought it on my way here. You heard it?
Never.
Dyslexia.
I'm not sure, guy, but I don't think dyslexia is a virus.
Everyone's lining up to do coke.
Keep it down. I'm trying to do drugs. Do it anyway.
Yeah, that's what you need, more coke. That'll help calm you down.
There's something sweet about you.
How many people is he gonna murder before he gets caught? Oh my god. Just carry some DNA around with you.
Doing the crossword?
Wow.
Would you like to accompany me to dinner?
Where do you want to go? Just say it. I can get us in anywhere.
Dorsia?
Yeah, I knew she was gonna say that.
Patrick, it's so elegant.
Jean?
Ah!
Sorbet?
Do you want a bite?
I'm on a diet. You can always be thinner. Look better.
I don't want to ruin your willpower.
I'm not very good at controlling it anyway. What do you really want to do with your life?
I just don't know if he is gonna murder her, because he doesn't murder the people he knows, it seems like.
Are you seeing anyone?
How does she not know?
I don't know.
Now I've really begun to think about changing myself, you know, make someone happy.
I really don't think he's gonna do anything to her.
I guess you could say I just want to have a meaningful relationship with someone.
I feel he's just toying with himself.
Patrick, you never called me and you said you would. And I'll leave a message for Jean about this too to remind you.
See, I was going to say, how does she not know as his assistant?
Are you still seeing her? I'm sorry. I have no right to ask that.
Of course you do. You're in the man's apartment. You have every right to ask him if he's seeing somebody.
I don't think I can control myself.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't, like, he toys with the idea of hurting the people in his life, but he doesn't seem to be able to go through with it.
So,
Just fakes eating food all the time.
he had dinner with Marcus Halberstram. And he denies it, though at first he couldn't be sure. Where were you?
Where was Marcus?
With Craig McDermott, Frederick Dibble, and you.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Do not go back in that car.
I'm not so sure about this. I had to go to emergency after last time.
This won't be anything like last time. I promise.
I don't think so.
Just come in the limo and talk to me for a minute.
Girl, I mean, if she gets in that car. What is she doing?
Half
There's
now.
no way.
Half later.
There's no way.
I'm meeting a friend of mine, Elizabeth, joining us in my new apartment shortly.
What the fuck are you doing, girl?
Was spicy. Well, maybe not with spicy. We definitely at Surf Bar.
I can't believe she's back there with him.
This tastes weird.
I would just like to see the two of you get it on.
Patrick, you're a lunatic.
The Whitney Houston's debut LP.
Why is he always talking about music when he's about to murder people? Get the fuck out of there. I mean, she's so crazy for even being there to begin with. Get in the stairwell or the elevator. You're letting him know exactly where you are. That's so loud. Are you kidding me? That is so loud. And now go on a different floor. He's, I can't watch that. That makes no sense. That is so First of all, she's an idiot. Secondly, you're in an apartment building. That is so fucking loud. You're telling me that the neighbors aren't going to come out?
Evelyn, we've lost touch.
I'm so bothered that that doesn't make any sense in reality.
It's over. Evelyn, it's all over.
Like, was that happening for real? Because that just doesn't make sense in reality. Has this all been an illusion? We don't need to include animal cruelty into this. Like, we don't need to add that element. I absolutely cannot. Like, okay. Okay, is this not happening for real?
Stop that!
Drop the weapon!
Burning the midnight oil, Mr. Smith?
Okay, so this isn't real, right? Like, right? Like,
You're my lawyer, so I think you should know I've killed a lot of people. I killed Bethany, my old girlfriend, with a nail gun. I had to. And Paul Allen. I killed Paul Allen.
I don't think he did.
I ate some of their brains. Oh. I mean, I guess I'm a pretty sick guy.
But I feel like it has to be all in his head.
Can I help you? You saw the ad in the Times?
Yeah. Yeah.
There was no ad in the Times.
Ooh.
But don't make any trouble, please. I suggest you go.
So, did you get my message?
Jesus, yes, that was hilarious. That was you, wasn't it? By the way, Davis, how's Cynthia? You're still seeing her, right?
Wait, Harold.
But come on, man. Bateman is such a dork.
I'm Patrick Bateman. I chopped Alan's fucking head off. Don't you know who I am? I killed Paul Allen.
But that's simply not possible. Because I had dinner with Paul Allen twice in London.
No, you...
Okay.
didn't. There are no more barriers to cross. All the mayhem I have caused and my utter indifference toward it. My punishment continues to elude me. This confession has meant nothing.
Okay, so it was all in his head in the end, right? Like, that's the conclusion we've come to? Right? Like, as the movie kept going, I know I get I'm a little embarrassed by how frustrated I got in the apartment scene. Because when I was like, what is she doing there again? And then when he was running through the halls with the chainsaw, I was like, this is crazy. He's not in a remote mansion where nobody can hear him. He's in a freaking condo unit. Like, people would hear. And that's when, like, the shift happened for me. I was like, okay, this is suddenly not making sense. And probably for a lot of people, I imagine that's like a turning point where you realize, or you start to question things like, hang on, wait, this isn't adding up all of a sudden. And I did, when he was at the payphone and he took a bunch of pills, I did remember at one point they made sure to show a shot of his medication bottle. And I didn't even piece that together at the time, that I guess it's antipsychotic medication perhaps. And he wasn't taking it, or he was, I don't know. There's no like, let's unravel everything for you at the end. It's very much like you kind of have to figure it out in a little way. I would have been a little bit fun to see a replay of those moments where this stuff isn't happening, where it is all in his mind. Like, whose apartment was he going to then? Like, that apartment, then you know what? I have questions. I don't think I've figured it all out. So when he went to that apartment, that second apartment, he wasn't going to that second apartment at all. Or was he? I might need some help with this one. Okay, hang on. Let's talk it out. Let's talk our way through this. When he killed Paul Allen, he said he got the keys to his apartment and went and packed his stuff. Now, he must have known in his mind, like he must have known in reality that he was going to London, and then he used that in his crazy mind to say, oh, I'm making this up that he's going to London. Because you know what? I didn't say it at the time, but it was even when he changed the guy's answering machine. I was like, well, people are going to know that's not his voice. And like from the beginning in that moment, I was like, well, this doesn't make any sense. I didn't really say anything because I didn't want to like talk over. I think it was something happening in the moment I didn't want to talk over. But I was like, that's kind of like, or maybe I did say it. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm like, that's a bit odd. like people will know that that's not that guy's voice, especially his fiance or girlfriend or whoever. So it must be just all stuff that he knew about, and then, you know, the crazy version of him. But it's like, I was going to say, the crazy version of him pretended that that was all information that he was making up. It's interesting that so many people mistook him for Davis, and then towards the end of the movie, I was like, wait, is he a split personality and he's actually Davis? But no, because his friends call him Bateman and his assistant calls him Bateman. But he doesn't do any work at the office, and that's another thing that's like, what's going on? And everybody calls Bateman a dork. Am I dumb? Or is this like kind of a, you got to watch it a few times type of movie to totally figure out everything that's happening? Is the other guy that he thinks is Davis is actually Bateman? Is he Bateman? Is he Patrick? He is, right? He's Patrick Bateman. So, okay. Do people just mistake him for Davis? But that's just kind of like a red herring. He's Patrick Bateman. So anyway, for the apartment, he was never actually going to that apartment. He saw it for lease or for sale in the papers, not the Times. And he again just made that part of his imagination, that that's where he was going. And I'm really curious, like, in terms of like Easter eggs, I kind of want to go, actually, I am going to go back and see. I feel like the redhead that he brought to his apartment was in that final scene at the bar as they pan across. Oh, look here. Like her. I'm pretty sure that's the... Is it? Maybe not. Maybe she's just a redhead. Because that would kind of be cool if, like, that's her at the bar. I don't know. Yeah, so obviously that apartment never... I don't want to say it didn't exist. The apartment existed, but he never... I don't think he ever went there. He certainly didn't murder anybody there because it was just an empty apartment that was for lease. So they're all just fantasies of his. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, that's what it is. They're all just fantasies of his, but it still would have been cool to kind of revisit those steps in his mind and see the reality of it, you know, kind of like, I won't give any spoilers to any other movies, but like when you realize it's a split personality or it was all in your head and they retrace the steps and they show like in actuality what was happening. Like it could just be him there doodling, you know, and picturing all this stuff happening, which I'm assuming was the point of showing all the doodles, is like he's doodling these horrific fantasies. They're not actually happening. They're just happening in his mind and he's drawing them all out. Anyway, what was interesting to me, or what I didn't expect anyway, in the first half was, I found it, you know, given the subject matter, it was quite light, you know, there was some levity to it. I was laughing and I don't know, I kind of wasn't taking the murders super seriously for some reason. I think because of the way, his attitude, the way he was joking and talking about music and all this weird stuff. It's like I don't know, maybe the music they chose in the soundtrack, like it wasn't creepy. It was just kind of like, I don't know, light. And then in the second half, the tone changed a bit more when he started really descending into madness. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I didn't expect that twist. I was waiting for the detective to catch him in a lie, and I thought the detective was just playing with him. But no, because the man's alive. So Yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think the whole thing was in his head? Because that's what I'm leaning towards. I think he never actually went to an apartment. He just happened to, again, in the back of his mind, he knew that this space existed. There I go again. But I don't think he actually went there to kill anybody. It's possible he went to the unit and was there, but I don't think anything happened there. It's not like they cleaned it up and painted it by like the next couple days and there's no investigation, there's no police there. It's fresh paint, sure, but almost any new apartment you move into has fresh paint. Like they've just redone it. So it's not that they painted it because there had been a bunch of murders there. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm really curious to hear what you think. Do you think the whole thing was in his head? It has to be. I think that's where the story went. I think that's the whole point of the ending. And again, like so many things didn't make sense. Like it didn't add up. And even when he said feed stray cat, like you can tell, okay, this man's completely delusional. Like I don't think any of the gunshots were happening. Like when he pulled out the gun, I'm like, where did that gun come from? Like we haven't seen him with a gun ever. And in all of his armory, essentially, like he had duct tape and nail gun. Maybe I'm wrong, but we never saw a gun. And then to be just shooting like and hitting everybody dead on in the explosion, and he looks at his gun, like I was like, okay, this isn't happening for real. Like this is complete delusion. I'd be curious to know if you figured out during the movie that it was all a delusion, or if you maybe still don't think it was. You know, I think a lot is left up to the interpretation of the audience, which is pretty cool. You know, they don't spell everything out for you, and that's okay, because I think you can have some really good conversations based on this theme. It was really enjoyable. It wasn't this is a crazy thing for me to say, but I think because I've been watching like a lot of graphic movies lately, that I think the shock value of these types of scene don't affect me the way that they would have maybe a couple months ago. Or maybe it's just the way that this was filmed. It was done, like I mentioned, kind of in a lighter way. Hopefully you enjoyed this reaction, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.